house. So again, this house is pretty much ready to go, you know. Typically, the first step is for the buyer to get a mortgage approval, which any buyer that's serious really should always do that first. You know, you never want to start looking at homes before you get that approval. So you can kind of see the color of the floors, I hope, because sometimes, you know, the camera changes it, but in the viewer, it looks about right. And you can see that the countertops are granite. And you got a nice big closet. And we already saw this bedroom when we came in. And let's check out the garage. So the garage has some nice extra width on this side. And also on this side as well. Let's take a look at the closet. And this house already has upgrades in it. You can see those hanging lights. Nice kitchen. And one of the things about this house that I do really like is, let's see if I can open this with one hand. Oh wait, did I just lock it? I think I did. Come on. All right, there we go. It's this back here. Kind of the reason why I wanted to make the video in the first place. You can see there's a fantastic view out the rear. You know, not the normal view of your neighbor's backyard. That's no fun. And then also too, what's nice about this house is on this side, got a tremendous amount of space between the neighbors. I like that. Alright, so let's go from the kitchen. Actually, let's stop over here and check out the pantry. And master bedroom. And you know, this is what I like about it as well. When you look out the window of the master bedroom, you got a nice view. Toilet in the closet room. And where's the light switches? Here they are. So, again, you have granite. And a pretty large closet. And I do have other videos of this particular model, which are actually a model house. Oh, I think I probably shouldn't have shut off the lights, but hey, it's only a closet, not that big of a deal. Of course, if you're interested in this, you always want to see the house in person, It's usually not a good idea to purchase something, based on, a video or something like that. It's always great to come see it if you can. Okay, that's it for this house. Going to go on to the next. This house happened to be a cancellation where the buyers already upgraded it. Of course, you can see on the ground is pavers. Pavers typically can be an upgrade, and I believe this door was upgraded from what I understand. Let's check out the floor color. And let's see if I could open this up with one hand. Yes, I got it. Okay, and another pretty decent view out the rear. It looks like there's some kind of farm across the street. And again, there's pretty decent space between the neighbors. And on this side as well, there's a lot of space. I got these things for the hurricanes already installed. Trying to close it with one hand is not very successful. Oh, there we go. Alright, so let's continue. Kitchen, lots of cabinets and countertop space. That's pretty good. Especially for a smaller house, which this is. Your master bedroom. And again, we got granite, and there's upgraded tile in the bathroom. And I'm just going to go over the top with the camera. And toilet is not in the closet, and here's the towel closet. And a small walk-in closet with a window. And another bedroom. And another walk-in closet. And here's your laundry room, which then goes out to the garage. And the garage has a lot of space on each side as well of the door. So this is the closet for the master bedroom. And it's a long one too. It's not a small closet by any means, just kind of narrow. Probably wouldn't want to have two people in there. And here's the view out the rear. I know I didn't exactly show this before when I came in the bedroom. And I do hope that you enjoyed these two inventory homes. You know, there are a lot of inventory homes for sale throughout the state of Florida at this time. So if you're interested in any inventory, please reach out and contact me. Of course, if you're interested in any house in the state of Florida, please always reach out and contact me as well, not just inventory. So let's take a quick look at these home sites over here. They're pretty nice. There's one over here which has a view of both, it's very sunny, of both the water and conservation in the rear, which is nice for privacy. You know, if you want to sit outside and you know you don't want to see your neighbors, you know, this could be it. The house is on a 50-foot home site, so the front is 50 feet wide and the rear is 60 feet wide. So it actually gets wider. You can see where these flags are. There's a pink flag over there. There's another pink flag over there. So kind of interesting. But it gets wider back here. And you know, this would be the back of the house. So there's no rear neighbors, which if you've ever worked with me and you still watch these videos, you know how I like to find homes where the home site has something special. It's not just, your neighbors are in your backyard back to back. And then, depending on the type of fence that you put up or not, you have potentially some kind of a view of the pond area, which, there's birds out there doing their thing right now. So I like that, but even if there isn't too much of a pond view, but I guess maybe, let's see. So depending on the type of fence you put up, right? So depending on the type of fence, if this is your fence here, say, right? And say where that flag is and where the dirt pile is, that's kind of like the neighbor's property. So like where the neighbor's property would kind of be like where the end of the dirt pile is. So even if they put up a fence that kind of blocks some of the view, if in your backyard, depending on where the house ends and depending on how much backyard there is, say if you're sitting here, you have kind of a low fence. I believe over here you could put a 4-foot fence up, I was told. That's for the rear of the house. And then sometimes you do the type of fence where it has the poles and it's not a total privacy. So you could sit here and have some kind of a view out the rear of your fence and see, at least some of the lake over. And of course, you have the view of the conservation. And I gotta switch hands. Boys, it's sunny. It's just enough sun. So I think that this home site has a great view. And then also down here as well, there are some other home sites which all have this conservation in the rear. And what I do like about it, if I didn't mention it, I don't know if I did, because the sun is it's taking out my eyes, is that there's no power towers back here behind the homes. So I think that that's fantastic. The only power towers are down far away. I don't know if that's across the street. I think it is. Maybe it's across the street or maybe it's not. But it's, pretty far away. They're all the way down there, which is great. That's what makes this home site fantastic. So let's go walk over here and check out another one. And it's always so important to have an agent with you that has construction training, have the home inspector's license. It helps to, quickly spot defects and issues with a house, prior to you getting, your own home inspection as well. Most realtors don't have any sort of construction training. They get the license and then that's it, and there's no construction training with that. So let's see, where am I? Okay. So let's see, where am I over here? There it is. So that bag, there's a trash bag over there, and that's the middle of one home site. So this is the middle of it, and this home site is nice because you have this kind of a view. So let's see, am I still in the middle? I'm kind of, I guess this is probably getting close to the end of the home site. I would think that's the middle. So probably somewhere over here is the middle. But I like seeing the water over there, and in the back over here is all of this, conservation. So that's nice. I don't know how much of the water would be in view if the neighbors were to put up a fence over here. I don't know where the fence would end because there's not really any type of a marker over here just yet. So, of course their fence could potentially, block some of the view of the lake. But let's see, that's a trash bag. So this is probably this over here where this trash ends. So this is probably like the end of the home site. So if you had a fence where it wasn't like a total privacy fence at the rear, then you would still have a view of that lake. Well, it's actually more like a big, huge pond. So, but it's a nice pond too because the water's really moving in it, whereas some of them are just like stagnant swamps. So I like that. It's nice to see. And then over here too as well, any of these home sites are going to at the very least have a rear conservation, which is nice. So I like that. It's good to see. Trying to think of anything else. Looking at the land, so it's definitely higher up as well.